Hello. Razor, I guess just first off, just initial reactions. How are you feeling after that quite tight loss?
Really proud of our efforts and how hard we worked for each other. We created so much when we didn't finish, and that's the tough part. Like we played some really good footy, and there's a couple of little moments when the game swung their way, especially just before and after half time. So we never put enough pressure, like scoreboard pressure on them early enough, and they stayed in it, and the crowd come into it, and had opportunities in the end to win it. But well done to France. They showed a lot of courage and spirit and defended stoically. Yeah.
It felt like a very stop-start game with the officiating in particular. Did you feel like the TMO, for example, had too much say in the game, and how does that kind of disrupt the flow?
Yeah. Oh, look, when around the adjudicators, it's very hard for me to talk around it. You'll have to watch the game again, but yeah, we'd like to have kept the ball and play a little bit more and keep a bit more fatigue in the game.
And Scott, what was it like out there, just that atmosphere? It felt like you were playing against 80,000 at times.
Yeah, it was amazing atmosphere, always is at Stade de France. And certainly when they get the momentum and go forward, the crowd gets right in behind them. We felt that at times, but other times the crowd was quite quiet. And it was a great game, and congratulations to France.
Scott Robertson, just on the scrums, did you feel like maybe you didn't get the rewards that maybe you deserved at scrum time?
Oh, I think you asking that question leads to the answer, Elliot. Yeah, I thought we scrummed extremely well. Showed some really good pitches, and probably one of the other areas we talked around the effort, not quite getting the reward for that. We felt we'd earned.
Just on Semapeni going off, what was the, obviously HIA, but
Yeah.
Peter Lakai playing 79 odd minutes. What did you make of his performance?
Oh, exceptional. He was accurate, volunteered, backed his skill set. He had a great game, for his second test, and the enormity of it, it was special.
And just that sliding doors moment, I suppose, that second French try in the second spell where it looked like you're potentially on for a try yourselves and you're conceding at the other end. How big was that moment?
Oh, that was the big moment. It was a 14-point try, wasn't it? Where it goes to hand, we score, they kick it through, and Barrett scores. And how fast is he? That left wing, wow. He's exceptional. So that was their moment and gave him a lot of belief. Yeah.
Hi Scott, over here, just in the front. We saw that you kicked much more the ball during the previous games, in the two previous games, and you totally changed your plan tonight. Was it? I imagine that it was deliberate, but what was the plan? To keep the ball with you, to sort of to create fatigue against Les Bleus?
Yeah, we wanted to hold the ball and put a lot of pressure on them by making them a lot of tackles. We did exactly as the question you asked. Maybe at times we could have kicked a little bit more, and maybe if we caught the last pass, we're glad we held the ball. So it's a fine margins in that regard, but we certainly created a lot. We didn't quite finish enough.
Razor, just a couple of questions about the subs tonight. It looked like Damien came on at fullback instead of first five, which he's normally done this year. Can you just confirm if that was the case, and whether that was a plan throughout the week, or whether you saw something in this game that made that decision for you?
A bit of both. He covers the backfield if it's 10 or 15, and just with him in the coverage, with you get two great counter attackers, with Will and keep Bowden in the front line. So that was the plan.
And on Artie as well, it looked like he stayed in that number 7 position, or at least in the scrums. He was on the other side.
They've been practicing all week, and if there was going to be an early change, just shows how flexible they can be.
Hey there. I was going to say a question for Scott, but you're both named Scott. For Scott Barrett, you were in France in 2013. That didn't end super well, and the record against France these past few years has been poor. Are you starting to feed a bit of a complex, or is it? Are you starting to maybe have in the corner of your mind a sort of difficulty to approach games against France in that regard? Actually, we met in 2013. I was liaison for you in 2013.
With the All Blacks or the under 20s? I think I wasn't here in 2021. Previously, my last trips here in 2016 and 17, and I guess the tour were more successful than I guess recent years at the World Cup in 2021, and we've seen the strength of France in the past few years, and at home when they get momentum, they're a pretty tough team to stop, and I think we had our moments there and opportunities to win that game, which is, I guess, a silver lining, but we weren't good enough tonight.
Scott, one for you. Just in that second half, really tough for opportunities to come by, trading penalties, and kind of went back and forth, and then we came down to that last 10 minutes, and with about 6 minutes to go, was there a temptation with that last one to kick for the corner and try and get the lead heading into the dying stages?
Yeah, I was really torn actually on that. Could go to the corner and 4 points behind, put ourselves in front. Equally, we get back and 5 minutes to go, get down there, and it's just a one shot play. Went that way. Potentially could have gone to the corner upon reflection and gone for the win. But I'll reflect on that and learn from that if that was the right decision. Potentially not. Yeah.
And didn't come up just short, but you guys will see them next year. Would you like to see Anton Dupont come down to New Zealand and play us on home soil?
That would be great. I think whatever they do with their squad and with that series, it would be great to play France again.
Scott, the coach. Thank you. Just two questions about two players. First one, what are your impressions about Cam Roygaard's performance tonight? Who is facing one of the greatest players in the world, Antoine Dupont. What have you thought about this duel? And another question about Tamaiti Williams. Do you think he's coming at his climax? I thought that he was improving really well, and he dominated the French prop. So what have you thought about these two players, please?
Yeah, I thought Cam took some great opportunities on his birthday. It was a wee moment for him. It was great to see him come back in the test. He fought really hard, rehabbed his injury incredibly well, and deserved the opportunity to start tonight. There were some nice touches, and it was a good head-to-head with Antoine. Tamaiti Williams he's world class. He's big, strong, got a great skill set, and he can scrummage, which is the number one job for a front rower. And he loves his craft, so I'm really pleased for him.